So now we will create that method, okay, as you guys can see in here, upload image. But before that we will create a logout button, okay. Just simply log out the user from this home screen, and we will create this right in the app bar in here, okay, in leading. So let's go down. So let's go and create that button, okay, right in here in the app, okay. Write down this container in here, we will say leading, okay, and we're gonna use the gesture detector, okay, and right in there we will be on tape event in which we will simply sign out the user, okay, and we will send him back to the login screen. So in here we will say Firebase auth. Let's create that instance first, okay, and then we'll say sign out. There we go, okay, and right after, now you will navigate the user to the login screen, okay. Navigator dot push replacement, set the context, and then the root in here, material page root, all good. In here builder, there we go. Let's move it to the right side. Now we will simply navigate it to a login screen, okay. So that's it. In here put comma, also in here, and then semicolon, okay, as you guys can see, okay. Now let's add the icon for it, okay. So in here you will say child, and right in the child you will have an icon, okay, and we will go with the icons dot login underscore outline that one, okay, all good. And right in here add the const modifier, okay. So all good. Let's go now and click on this run main dot, or you can simply press the Ctrl S, okay. As you guys can see in here, this, okay, the button. Now if I click on this, it will simply log out this user, okay. Let's go and click on this. As you guys can see, okay, it simply log out the share user, okay. Now we will simply log in again, and here we will say share 3654 @gmail.com. Then I will enter my password in here, okay, Iron Man. Let's log in. There we go. So it's working fine, and now we will simply go towards this method. We will create that, okay. Let's go and do that right above the widget build, right in here. So now we will give the name to this method as a upload image, okay, and it's gonna be private. So upload image is fine, and this will be asynchronous, okay. Now this method will basically upload the image, and we're gonna also upload and store the data of the user, okay. So first we will create a instance to the Firebase storage, and then we will simply put the file in that, okay, for that current user. And right after we will simply create an instance to the Firebase Firestore database, okay, in which we will simply store the data of that current user, okay. Whenever he or she upload anything right from their account, then we will store that right in the specific folder right in the database, okay. and all of the data for that current user will be right in there. So first let's go and we will check if the user picked the image or not, okay, and then we will show some message. So in here we will say first if the image file, okay, basically this image file will contain that image that the user will upload, okay. So in here we will say if it's equal to no, if he didn't upload it, then in that case we will show a message with the help of Flutter toast, okay, in which we will say please select an image, okay. So right after return nothing, it's fine, okay. And here we didn't add the curly braces, okay, so let's go and do that. In here click on this and there we go, okay, so all fine now. And one more thing, this return will be right inside those curly braces, okay, right in here, so that's fine now, okay. Now right after, and here we will say try, okay, and now we will simply create a reference in which we will assign the instance to the Firebase storage, okay. So in here we will create now that instance to the Firebase storage in which we will store the image of that current user. So in here Firebase storage that one, okay, then dot instance, there we go, and now reference, so we will say now child, and we will store that image for that current user right inside the user images, okay, in this folder. So yeah, let's go and create child, and we will store that with a specific update time, okay, because the user will upload multiple images, so it's going to be stored right with the update specific time, okay, so that we can recognize it later easily. So in here we will say date time dot now, there we go, and right after to string convert it, okay, and the type is gonna be concatenation sign, and then we will say the type will be JPG, okay, it's gonna be stored with this type JPG right inside the user images right in the Firebase storage, okay, as you guys can see, and we assign that right to this reference, okay. So all good. Now let's put the file in here. We will say await, okay, and now we're going to use that reference in which we initialize this, okay. So we will say ref, and then we will simply put the file, okay, the image file that the user will upload, okay. We'll check, and there we go, we just put the file. Now we're gonna also get the image URL for that image, okay. So first let me check something. Right in here we will create a string type variable, okay. In here we will say string, and we're gonna name this as the image URL, okay. Now let's go down back and right in here. So in here we will say await, and we're gonna get that URL with the help of reference, okay, that we created above, and then simply we'll say get download URL, okay. So it's gonna get the download URL for that image, okay, right inside the Firebase storage inside the user folder images. So now let's assign this download URL to the image URL, okay, the variable we created. So that's fine. Now right after we're gonna also get the data for the current user who will upload the images, okay. So in here first we will create the instance to the Firebase Firestore database, okay. So in here we will say Firebase Firestore instance, okay, and we will create that collection right in the Firebase Firestore. By the name you can give any name, okay. I will name this as a wallpaper. All of the wallpaper or the images of that user will be stored right inside this folder, okay, in the Firebase Firestore. So let's go further. In here we will say doc, okay, and we're gonna also save this with the update current time, okay, as I told you before about this. So in here we will say datetime.now, and right after convert it to string, and now we're gonna set all of the details of that current user. The details gonna be ID, user image, email, image for the current user, and etc, okay. Dot set, okay, and put a semicolon right in here, take this down. Now right in here first we will set the ID, okay, store and upload it to the Firebase Firestore. So first we will create the instance to the Firebase auth, okay. Let's go right at top and right in here final Firebase auth, and this is auth semi-private Firebase auth dot instance, okay. So now we're gonna use that auth in which the instance is stored, okay, initialize, and let's go and do that now right in here, okay. So in here we're gonna say ID, okay, and then auth that we created just okay while ago for that current user who is online and who will upload their image, okay. We're gonna get the data of that current user. So in here we will say UID, okay, and right after we are gonna get the email for that current user, okay. So in here you will say oh dot current user, okay, dot email is gonna be upload and store right inside the Firebase Firestore database, okay. And then let's get the URL for that image. So in here we will say image, and guys the name will be same, okay, and in here image URL, okay, all good. And right after we're gonna create another one download, okay, in which we will be stored how many times the user download that image, okay. Later on you guys will see that in the UI, okay. And now we're gonna also store and upload to the Firebase Firestore that when he created that, okay. So in here we will say created at, okay, in that specific time, update time, okay, dot Now all good. Now the last two things that we will get the user image and the username. Okay, so first we will get the name and user image for that current user who is online. Okay, we will get that, okay, from the Firebase Firestore. So we will create the instance, okay, to that specific current user right inside the Firebase Firestore. Let me show you also right in the Firebase so that you guys get the idea. So right in here I am logged in by the account share, this one. Okay, so first we will create a instance to the Firestore database. Okay, to this one you will create an instance and right inside the user collection, okay, for that current user with the specific UID. Okay, that current user we're gonna get his name share because I'm logged in by this account. Okay, and also we're gonna get that image, that one. Okay, user image. So first let's go back to the Android Studio and do that. Now in here above the widget build we will create another method, okay, by the name of read user info. Okay, it's fine, this will be asynchronous, async. Okay, now in this method we're gonna simply get the name and that user image, okay, for that specific current user. So first we will set it and create the instance to the Firebase Firestore instance. There we go, and right inside the collection as I showed you before. Okay, and name for the collection was user. Okay, users. And now we will simply say doc. We will get this down from here so that you guys can see easily. And now we will create a instance for that specific current user who is online. Okay, like I show you right in the Firebase, I am currently logged in by my account share. Okay, so for that specific current user who is online, first we will create the instance to that current user. Okay, so in here Firebase auth, let's create that instance. Firebase auth, there we go, dot instance, there we go. And for that current user, okay, we'll check also with their UID. And now we can say let's get it. Okay, and right after we will say then. Okay, so in here we will say document snapshot, okay, which will contain the data snapshot, and we're gonna remove that, we don't need this. Okay, and now in here we will say dynamic. Okay, so all good, and this is gonna be asynchronous. Okay, semicolon right in here and right in there. First we're gonna say snapshot which will contain that data. Okay, and we're gonna say we will simply get it, okay, from there. So in here we will say user image. Okay guys, name right here. Okay, and let me show you right in the Firebase, and right in here as you guys can see user image, that must be similar, okay, or otherwise it will not work. And also this name must be similar, like right in here it's name. And now we will go back to the Android Studio. First we will get the user image. Okay, and right after snapshot we're gonna get the name, and it must be similar, okay, like we write in the Firebase Firestore. So in here, that's fine. Now we will assign that to the variables, but first we will create the new variables, okay. So let's go right at top, and in here we're gonna create a string type variable, okay. The first one will be my image, and the other one will be my name, okay. All good, okay. Now let's go back and right in here, that first one, let's assign it to the my image, okay. And also this one, let's assign it just to my name, okay. All good. So the image will assign it to this variable, and the name is assigned to this variable, okay. So now we're gonna simply get the user image and name, and it's right inside the image in this variable and the name in this. So by the help of this variable we can get the image and name, okay. We are right inside in here, okay. We're gonna use that. So right after ID, in here we will say a string, and right inside there user image, okay. And then in here we will say that one, my image, okay, as you guys can see. And also we will get the name, okay. As I told you before, in here the name must be similar, okay, as I showed before, right in the Firebase Firestore, otherwise it will not work, okay. So in here now let's get the name with the help of this variable as we assigned it before. So in here we will say my name, so this will get the user image and name, okay. So right after getting the user image, okay, the user will upload, and it's going to be stored and update right inside the Firebase storage, okay. And also we are going to get the details for the current user, okay, right inside the database, okay. Firebase Firestore, inside the collection of wallpaper. So there's the detail, okay. I will show you right in a while that, but first let me complete the remaining things. So in here, if there will be any dialog box in case, so in here we will say navigator, okay, can pop. If there will be any, then we will say navigator, we will simply remove it with the help of navigator.pop, okay, contacts, or otherwise we will do nothing, okay. If it's happen, then if we will remove that, else we will do nothing, okay. It will remain the same. And right after, whenever this completes, then we will simply set the image file, put it to the no, okay. So that's fine, as you guys can see. Now right after, in case of any error, if we catch any error, then we will show some kind of message with the help of Flutter toast, okay. So in here we will say Flutter toast, okay, and then show toast, and this message will be error from Firebase, okay. It's going from Firebase to string. So all good, okay, as you guys can see. we're gonna copy that name. Okay, copy it, upload image, and let's go right inside in here. As you guys can see that comment, remove that, and here call upon that. Okay, so now we'll go and test the app. Okay, so that you guys will see if it will store the image and the data right inside the Firebase or not. Okay, I will simply upload the image. Okay, but it will not show it right in here. Okay, because we didn't retrieve the data from the Firebase yet. Okay, we will do that right in the upcoming videos. Okay, for now we will test it with the Firebase. Okay, just the Firebase. So now in here, click on this and we will go with the gallery. From here we will simply go with this quote. Okay, you can also crop it. We will simply come here and click on this upload button. Okay, it will simply upload it to the Firebase. Okay, and now if you go to the Firebase, there will be that image. Okay, for that specific current user, also their name and their detail. Okay, so let's go to the Firebase and check all of that things, if it's work or not. So in here, first we will reload this page. Okay, so our current user was share. Okay, and in your case you guys know by which account you guys log in. Okay, so my current user is now share. Okay, I logged in by this account. Okay, so now first we will go to the storage and see that image. Okay, that quote image that we upload right inside the user images. We will go, it didn't upload the image because we forgot one thing. So let's go back to the Android Studio and let me show you right in there. Let's go right at top. In here, as you guys can see, it's a stateful widget. Okay, so whenever we use the stateful widget, we have to call upon the method by name of this. Okay, right inside the init state. Okay, so init state right in here, and then in here we will say read user info. All good now. Okay, so basically init it's a method and it's called once whenever the stateful widget is inserted right in the widget tree. Okay, as I show you right in here. Okay, so now we call upon that right in the init state. Okay, so now right in here run main.dot again, and now let's go and upload the image and check it, this quote one. Okay, now upload it, click on this button. Now we will simply go to the Firebase and check it right in here. First reload this page, refresh it, and in here as you guys can see, okay, right inside the storage, okay, there we go with our code image. There we go. Okay, so it's working totally fine. Okay, so whenever guys you use the stateful widget, so call upon that method right inside the init state. Okay, as I told you before, the init state. So it's working totally fine. As you guys can see the output, upload the image successfully. Okay, right inside the Firebase storage. Now we will check the data for that current user. Okay, so we will go to the Firestore database, this one. Okay, In here, as you guys can see, it's working totally fine. We create the collection right inside the Firestore database. Okay, as you guys can see in here, that collection that we created. Okay, let me show you right inside the code. In here, as you guys can see, Firebase Firestore, and we create that collection wallpaper. Okay, and now right in this collection there will be all of the data. Okay, so let's go and check that. In here, wallpaper, and there is that. Okay, open that document, and in here, as you guys can see, the image and their URL created at, okay, time, date, everything, and download 0 for now, and also the email is share. Okay, as I told you before, I was logged in by my account, share, and their ID, okay, name, and that user image. Okay, and guys, one more thing, just don't confuse in this image and this user image. Okay, this is basically this profile picture for that current user, okay, that the user upload, and also this one, this is the wallpaper, okay, that we just uploaded, okay, the port one. So let me show you that. Click on this in here, open that, or let's copy that URL. Okay, copy it and open the new tab right in here, and in here paste it. There you go, press enter, and you guys can see the output. Okay, it's a code image right in the collection of wallpaper. Okay, as you guys can see, there's a code image, and this one is the profile. Let me show you that also. Click it, copy that, go to the new tab, paste it right in here, press enter. This is going to be the profile picture. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it's working fine totally. We successfully upload the image to the storage, and also we upload the data to the Firestore database, and it's working totally fine. So that's it for this video. Okay, and right in the next video we will work further.